Shalom, this is Gamal Allah of Great Millstone, Atlanta. I want to give all praises to YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the Akim pushing out this truth and sincerity. It's a quick lesson. And I don't have a title for this, but this is, I'll just name it this. The TSA plans big digital ID push in 2024. And this is off of blacklistednews.com. All right. And it says the U.S.'s leading transportation security organization, the Transportation Security Administration, TSA, is taking significant steps towards a more digital future. And of course, that means more surveillance and tracking. The plan is that by the end of 2024, many of their operational objectives will encompass a digital identity component, a move that suggests an enduring commitment towards streamlining traveler experiences with technology, even though it undermines privacy. In a 4-part action plan released by the TSA, the agency plans to extend its mobile driver's license initiative and more widely utilize facial recognition technology in airports. This includes upscaling their current pilot program, testing digital identities and mobile licenses used at TSA checkpoints to at least 9 states. It follows a previous announcement in May that disclosed the TSA's examination of the potential of digital license and ID implementations across 25 domestic airports. All right, so basically, you know, they're having a 4 phases of eventually going to fully digital identification. All right, and I remember a couple years back, the elders of the GMS Atlanta camp went and did a video of, I believe it was Delta, that had a facial recognition. They had facial recognition technology at their payment terminal, and so now it's going to be used in TSA. Now TSA are those people that they basically, you have those wands. You walk through the I'm sure y'all have been to the airport, but you'll walk through the line, and they'll scan you through. They have the metal detector. They have the detectors to make sure people aren't carrying any contraband and have any weapons on them. All right, but eventually, and also their job is to identify who you are. And this is a shift that they've been wanting to go into, so that they can have a better idea of who is traveling. Data is everything. Once everything becomes digital, it gives Esau a little bit more power to track people. All right, because right now with IDs, he's not logging everyone that's coming through the airport. They're just basically checking your ID, and then you just, you go on about your business. But eventually they want to know, they want to have data every time you travel, how many times you travel. They want to log it into that system. All right, so that they can have, they can collect data. All right, and this is basically, if you look at China is a good model of how America wants to be. See, China has facial recognition everywhere. As a matter of fact, if you commit a crime in China, they can find you, I believe, within like 30 seconds or a minute's time. But China has surveillance everywhere. They've got facial recognition everywhere, and they track their citizens like no other country. And, when you can regulate who's coming in and out of the airports, then you could catch people. you could catch people and you could surveil them, and so on and so forth. Now, this ties into the scriptures, obviously, because when you read Revelations 13 and 16, it goes into a digital ID. I'm sorry, the MOTB, which is implantable device that will be implanted in your skin. All right, and we don't have to read it, but it says everyone shall receive a mark, and that word mark goes into the Greek word charagma, all right, which means an incision or to cut. And so they want to basically cut or incise your skin to receive that mark, which is a physical. It's a physical implant that can store digital information. All right. And, they want to eventually do that for those same reasons I just mentioned, for tracking, for surveillance, and, just for data and data collecting. And, this is a shift. Eventually they want to get into that. Eventually this is what they want to do. But we're watching the lead up to that implant where everyone has to take. Everyone at some point goes to the airport, with the exception of a few, but everyone and their mama goes to the airport and travels on the plane at some point. So if they make it to where, all right, well, hey, you can't go to wherever, you can't go overseas, you can't go domestically to any other state, then people are going to be willing to take that chip. All right. It says, underlining the breadth of the TSA's digital expansion, the agency has disclosed plans to add a fresh platform to the existing quintet used for digital identification. This signifies that travelers have 6 options, including mobile devices at their disposal for digital identification. However, specifics regarding these enhancements were not included in the public brief. See, so they're not releasing the specifics, but they're adding, as they say, a fresh platform. All right. So there's a lot of planning and motion that they want to do. They want to do these. They want to do all this planning, with one thing in mind: eventually get into that MOTB. It says, parallel with these digital ID efforts, the TSA also commits to amplifying the utilization of facial identification systems under their PreCheck service, a program aimed at preemptively assessing threats and facilitating a quicker airport security process for enrolled travelers. The service is somewhat controversial as it allows the agency deeper access into data and information about an individual and their lives, some of which go beyond what travelers believe they have access to. See? So with data, there's always a question of privacy, abuse of power and concerns of privacy. All right. But it said, and as they say, and this is how they try to sell you. They say, oh, it's to eliminate threats. It's to eliminate threats and facilitate our quicker airport security process. And see, and so that's how Esau talks. But this is what they, that's what they want to do. That's how this devil rolls. Is, they try to get you on board with things through deception. Psalms 55:21 says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Yeah, so they're always trying to use deception. Oh, we want to do this. Because even with the MOTB, they're going to say, oh, well, it's just for, if you're ever paralyzed or you can't speak, we can access your data, just by scanning your hand, or if you're ever lost or kidnapped or sex trafficked, then, we'll be able to track you down. And they always mention, the beneficial side, but they don't ever mention the risks of how, your identity is stripped away. Your privacy is stripped away. The aim is to double the number of airports equipped with this technology, slated to increase from 5 in the past year to 10 by the end of this year. Similarly, the number of airlines engaging with PreCheck is set to grow from 2 to 3. These envisioned goals mirror the directives within a biometric strategy document released in 2018, wherein the officials emphasize broadening the user base of biometric systems and fortifying the necessary infrastructure. Notably, the latest plan did not acknowledge the TSA's previous intentions to collaborate with Customs and Border Protection on biometrics for overseas travelers. All right, so, they've been planning this since 2018, and of course, they've been planning it longer than that. But they want to institute biometric systems. And biometrics is basically fingerprint technology, facial recognition, and they want to change that whole infrastructure, man, to where it's smarter. It's able to be access to a computer and collect data so they can know, hey, this person traveled. This person is a father of 4, and he's from so-and-so, and he works at so-and-so, and he has this complication, health complication, and things that aren't necessary to traveling. All right. It's going to collect data on you that's not necessary to you going to, Florida for the weekend, But this is the world we live in, where the government and the powers that be want to know everything, okay? As the scriptures say, they want to be like the Most High. I think that's Isaiah 13, which a characteristic of the Most High is being omnipotent, being all-knowing, all-knowing, all-powerful, so, that's pretty much the point. I'll end off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom.